Just about everyone wishes they had superpowers. I mean, who wouldn't want to fly or have super strength? Well, these may not be quite as cool as the abilities you see on the big screen, but today we're going to show you a few tests you can use to see just how unique you are, as there's barely anyone else out there who can do them at all. So, welcome to It's All Viral, and let's see just how super you are. Number 10, we're going to start off with an easy one. Put your hands together and fold your middle fingers over the opposite hands. Now, while keeping all of your other fingers together, try and separate your ring fingers. Can you do it? Most people can't, but if you can, we applaud you. You've got a weird superpower. Number 9. Cinnamon is a common and delicious baking ingredient. But when's the last time you had cinnamon on its own? Well, chances are you've never had it on its own because it's near impossible for humans to eat cinnamon by itself. Don't believe me? Try and eat a spoonful of cinnamon without coughing it back up. The reason for this is the fact that cinnamon actually isn't soluble in water, meaning humans can't swallow it normally. That is, unless you have superpowers or a really, really good gag reflex. Number 8. You ever see a cartoon where someone says something strange and a character raises one eyebrow in response? Well, you tend to see this motion much more in cartoons because it's actually quite hard to find real-life actors who can pull this off. Hardly anyone can raise one eyebrow without moving the other, but thankfully, this is one of the few entries on this list that you can actually train your body to do. Hold down one eyebrow while you're raising the other, and keep doing this until your body gets used to the sensation of only using one eyebrow. Eventually, you'll have the power to do it alone. Number 7. Can you tickle yourself? Well, most of you probably can't. Scientists have determined that it's actually impossible to tickle yourself, as the brain can predict the tickling sensation if it is the one doing the tickling motion, which explains why you can still be tickled by another person even if you're expecting it. If your brain is sending out the command to tickle yourself, it has enough time to predict and block the sensation, making it impossible to tickle yourself. Try it, see if you're one of the talented few who can pull off this feat. Number 6. Have you ever thought about what your sneeze looks like? Well, chances are you don't actually know because it's near impossible to sneeze with your eyes open. The brain has many coordinated muscle functions to go along with the sneeze, one of which is to close the eyes. Now, some believe this is a mechanism for keeping your eyes from popping out of your skull while you sneeze, which may sound ridiculous until we tell you that it actually happened in 1882. But no, it's just part of the human body. You're hardwired to close your eyes when you sneeze. Can you sneeze with your eyes open? Try and look in the mirror the next time you have a sneeze. See if you're one of the lucky few. But don't force it. We don't want another instance of someone popping their eyes. Number 5. Stick out your tongue. Lift up your arm. Now try and touch your elbow with your tongue. Now this is one of the more common challenges on our list today, so don't worry. It gets harder from here on in. But there's a reason why this test is so common. Hardly anyone can do it. So if you're one of the lucky few, congratulations. You're off to a good start. Number 4. Gleeking. Now, everyone has gleeked at some point in their life, maybe while yawning or stretching your jaw. Well, it's not always the greatest experience, and it can be quite embarrassing if you're not in the best place for it to happen. But when's the last time you gleeked on command? Hardly anyone in the world can gleek on command. We recommend testing this one in the shower or maybe over a sink, or perhaps in a classroom if you sit in the back. Number 3. Now, this is something that everyone has done in their lives, but hardly anyone can do once they grow up. Many babies have a tendency to put their fists in their mouth when they're first growing teeth, but surprisingly enough, it's incredibly hard to find someone who can do it now. Although we don't recommend trying to do it now, as you may have a hard time getting it out if you do manage to fit your entire hand in your mouth. Number 2. Your ears are one of the few muscles on your head that you don't actually have any control over. As it turns out, there has actually been quite a bit of research put into this topic. I guess things were a little slow at the science lab that day. But it turns out the nucleus in the human ear is much smaller than that of a cat or a hippo ear, giving humans little to no control over the movement of their ears. So go ahead, see if you can give those things a wiggle. And finally, number 1. Now, there's not really a socially acceptable way of putting this last one, so we're going to go ahead and call it tooting your own horn. I think you know where we're going from here. Go ahead, try and bend over as far as you can. Well, first look around to make sure there's no one around in case you actually succeed. But as it turns out, only about 2 out of every 1,000 men in the world can toot their own horns per se. So the next time you're alone, go ahead and give it a try. But if you're one of the lucky few, we suggest you probably keep this one to yourself. But there we go, guys. That's it for our list of 10 tests to prove you have some sort of hidden power. Did you pass any of the tests on this list? Well, congratulations, you've got some sort of superpower. Be sure to let us know if you passed any of them down in the comment section below. And if you like this video, drop a like and subscribe for more great content. But alright, it's going to be it for this one, guys. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll catch you all in the next one.